Hi guys, it's Charity from Holy Homestead in the Macon, and today we're doing a not so fun project. I think it's almost 100 degrees out here. So today we are working on reclaiming this flower bed. If you can see, I have a whole row of zinnias, a bunch of sunflowers, some wildflowers. Everything's coming in beautifully, but so is the grass. And I'm going to do landscaping fabric next year for this, but for now, this is where we're at. This is my garden behind me. As you can see, we have some work that needs to be done here too. Today, this is the focus because it's driving me nuts.
Just shaded your phone.
He's shading the phone for me so that my phone doesn't overheat out here. I don't have a GoPro yet. But you take scissors. I had 2 pairs of kitchen shears that I made one of them my garden shears, which is nice because they break apart so they're easy to clean. I'm taking and cutting the top layer of this down to the ground so it's easier to work with the hula hoe. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on that. This is a pretty fast process, as you can see. I mean, it's just cutting back so you can see closer to the ground. You don't have to be real precise because you're trying to get it all up anyway. So if we uncover the wildflowers, maybe we'll pick some of them for our arrangement in the house. Okay. Right here on the edge, I cut the grass so it's not so high with just regular kitchen shears. And I'm gonna take the hula hoe and scrape it over it because it's easier to work with when you got the grass down more on level playing field. I feel like this was serrated on the end. It worked better. Y'all, this is back-breaking work.
It's hot.
It is very hot. Alright, so at this point, you're feeling like you didn't actually do anything. But this is the satisfying part. Take a rake, a little garden rake, and you do like that. And you start seeing all this grass.
All the progress that's done.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, it's a little better than I thought. I think if it was cooler, it wouldn't be so bad. I think you might be better at this.
You think?
I don't think I'm strong enough. Maybe I need to do the mowing and you need to do the hoeing. See if you can do it. It's hard. And the heat ain't helping. Is it working good for you? Just make sure not to hit my flowers if you can help it. Yeah, you seem like you're doing.
Judy, put your face in front of the fan.
So, one thing I wanted to say is when you're hitting temperatures like this, it is so important that you pace yourself and you go inside and take breaks and stay hydrated because you start feeling chills or anything, you should have already went inside. I did that one of the first times I mowed this year, which this is like my first really rodeo at doing any type of yard work, and I've just jumped in head on. Yard work, garden, flowers, all of it. So, and I plan to jump in head more next year because I love it. It's very therapeutic, I do believe. So this is my stepdaughter, Sophia Brooke. I don't think she's been on the channel yet.
Only one YouTube video that you haven't even edited yet.
I know. I need to do better, don't I?
A little bit.
She's my helper though, and I love this gal. It's soaking wet, cold water. It won't stay cold. But you put this on the back of your neck and it helps you stay cool. Believe it or not, it works. It helps a lot. You probably have to wet it a bunch. So. My husband was telling me just before this clip that we really should hold off into this another day. I mean, I believe there was like a heat advisory out and everything, so it was awful. And I just would not listen to reason. And, you know, I wasn't the only one that wouldn't listen to reason. We're all out here in ridiculously hot weather trying to get our yards under control. I imagine he was probably aggravated. I would have been. what a good man he is to stand by me through this yard work and all the endeavors that I put him through. Holy cannoli. It's been terrible. Terribly hot. Draining, you know, it takes everything you have. Whew. I'm hoping we can, maybe I'll get up real early one of these mornings and work on that a little bit. I don't know. We're gonna have to do it a little bit at a time because it is insanely hot. It blisters your hands insanely bad. Preston has a blister that goes all the way like that. I don't know. I don't really know what we're gonna do. We definitely need a weed eater, but I'm scared to do weed eating around my plants because I'm scared I'm gonna mow. You know, I already tried that over here on this bed when I was trying to get it under control, and it ended up taking one of my sunflowers out. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of at a loss, but we're gonna do something different next year. But we plan on doing landscaping fabric with the mold, I don't even know what it's called, sheathing or whatever that goes underneath it. It keeps the moles from being able to dig your beds up. And we plan on actually doing some beds, some straight up beds, and then doing flowers and that, because this has been impossible to maintain. I mean, absolutely impossible. So, and we'll just do beds across the whole front of the house. I thought it was going to be way too shady. You know, during the early spring it seemed like it, but now here we are in the middle of summer, and it's been, it's had grass on it. It's been all day. It's been in the sun pretty much, so I think it's okay. I'm going to go let him know I forgot to strip up here because he's now mowing in the side yard. All right. I wanted y'all to see Johanna. She's gotten so busy since the last time y'all seen her. All right, we went in for about a 5-minute cool down. It's very essential when you're out and temperatures this hot. It is about 3 o'clock now, so I'm thinking that the temperature will start to drop and not be just near as blazing hot as it is now. But we're gonna get back to it. He's gonna put a pin in this hoeing business, and we're gonna maybe look up some more videos.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hoe around.
I think he's just gonna take scissors and kind of cut the grass back for now. And that might be all that we can do this year until next year we do something better. But it was an experiment that has some successes and has some fails.
That is true.
Plain water. All right, so it don't look like a whole lot, but I'm telling you, y'all, this takes a massive amount of energy and it eats your hands up. So we got that little section cleared up there. We're just going to try to chisel away at it because it's a lot. We got this cleaned up pretty decent. We're not able to really clean this up too good. There you go. Is a baby watermelon, and that actually is not my biggest one. Look at that. I don't think you can see it. I'm trying not to move it too much. There. That's big, isn't it, guys? I'm so excited about it. We've got baby melons all in here, and the vines have grabbed a hold of the grass. So there's only so much we can really do. And I'm over here getting squatted. This right here is a 4-foot bed by 2 foot, and it has 3 watermelon plants in it. And they have went crazy. We had no idea that those plants would spread like that. This right here, there's been some disappointments and some excitements about. So this is my strawberry bed. I also planted a zinnia, and y'all, look at this beautiful zinnia right here. I actually had heavily planted over there where all we're cleaning out is. All this area right here, I had so much zinnia that they were not going to thrive. So I thinned them out. And watch her, okay? I thinned them out. And by thinning them out, I've had to place them in various places. So I planted 3 are transplanted. 3 right here. 2 right here, which as y'all can see, they're doing fantastic.
Got one back here.
I did 1 back here, and that one probably is one of the better ones because they were all the same size. And then this one I transplanted, and obviously the fertilized soil, you can see the difference because these were transplanted all at the same time. How tall, big, and beautiful this zinnia is, and these are just a little further behind. I'm about to get some fish emulsion for my mom. So we're honestly just gonna have to do a little bit and then take a break and then do a little bit more because it's just so hot and it's just so sitting there taking scissors and cutting around these. It's very tedious. I feel like there's got to be an easier way, and if y'all know an easier way, let me know because it sure would beat what we're doing. But anyhow, these are my 2 bell pepper plants that my mom grew for me. And this is my tomatillo plant, and I'm expecting this thing. It's huge. I see blooms everywhere, but I haven't seen any tomatoes on it. So I don't know. I'm kind of expecting, like, when they come in, them to all come in at one time. But it's huge. Now these 4, it starts right there and works our way down. Those 4 are all Roman tomato plants. And as you can tell, we've got some starting to blush. I'm on the fence of whether to pull the blushing ones and let them finish in the house because we have a serious critter issue. Critters keep getting my blackberries. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But these are loaded. I think these front 2 had 11 tomatoes, actual tomatoes on them the other day, and it looks like they've probably doubled in their fruit since then. So and also another interesting thing, these, try to hold still, okay? These right here, I wanted to point out to you, we bought the cages for these 2 plants, these 2 Roma tomato plants, this one here and this one here first, and then we steadily, you know, like after a couple weeks, did these. So if you think you don't need cages, I feel like this is proof you absolutely do, because you can tell these are about twice the size. So there's just something interesting. I think I need to cage my pepper plants pretty soon, but we're not there yet. So here, this whole line right here is zinnias that I transplanted. No, get out of the garden, Daddy. I transplanted each one of these from over there in my flower bed where it was too much, and then they looked like they were going to straight up die, but they've done great. Then I got my cabbage here and my cabbage there, and if you're wondering why I planted them like that, I did not. I planted this bed and immediately we've got torrential downpour for a couple of days, and it washed stuff out and it washed stuff crazy, so we just let it
do its thing.
Do its own thing. This all down here, come around so they can see. All of this, you see these right here, these are marigolds. And I heavily planted marigolds in this section, but it looks like they all kind of washed together, and that's okay. We're letting them do their thing. I could transplant them. I don't know. As hot as it's getting, I'm scared to transplant anything now. So I know I've got blooms on almost every one of these zinnias. So I think they're going to do great, and we're going to have a bunch of marigolds. So we got cabbage and marigolds in this bed with a whole line of zinnias down, which will be great because it'll actually provide some shade, so maybe the cabbage won't bolt. All right, over here. All right. Over here, this is one of the most exciting things that we've done. This is 4 potato starts. That's it, just 4 potato starts. And they're from Walmart. I would not suggest buying from there because I think we paid like $5 for 2 starts. We did that twice. And then I went to Tractor Supply, and you could buy 4 pounds, I think it was, for $8. So in the future we'll be buying on my Tractor Supply. But anyways, this has been the easiest thing. All we did was put in, what do you think, about halfway? We fill the trash can halfway.
About,
So about a foot and a half
yeah.
of dirt. And then we put the 4 plants eyes up, which is just like the part that's starting to sprout. You do that pointing up, and then we, put a little layer of dirt over the top of it. And then we just watered it, and as these started sprouting up, I'd say you're supposed to just keep putting dirt over them. We didn't. We actually waited till they were quite high and then threw dirt over it. And then when we did that, this thing just exploded. So I think if you had covered it all along, it probably would have been a quicker process. But either way, at the end, we're going to get potatoes, so that'll be good. And these right here are my sunflowers. I'm very excited. This is citronella. We have a major mosquito problem here.
Bad.
We are gonna keep trying at this. I think it's actually starting to perk back up. It's not being as yellow as it was, so that's good. I don't think that got enough water though, because the edges are still dry.
I can water it.
All right. And then we got this roll of zinnias here. This is what I thinned out, and look how much I still have, y'all. Which is kind of hard to tell in the weedy mess, but we're gonna get a hold of it slowly, surely. This one's doing better and better. Anyhow, this is my blackberry bush. We planted these last year. It did not look like they were going to do anything, and this year they've come back full force. And as you can see, we've got beautiful red, like a crimson red berries on here. We've yet to get a fresh berry off here though, because animals are just...
No, you got a berry off today.
It wasn't fresh. I mean, it wasn't right.
It wasn't right. Stop, back
The
up.
animals are eating the berries before, like, I think it's the birds. They're eating the berries before we can ever get them off.
Probably need to put some chicken wire over the top of it.
Gifted 2 shoots, and we rooted them for probably about a week, and then I put it out here, and they look like this. That looks dead to me, but I let it sit out here for like, what do you think, 2 weeks or so? I came out here, and this was here. This is new life. So I'm very excited about that. This one, I'm not so sure it's going to do anything, but
Not dead.
it's not completely dead yet. So we're hopeful at least by next year it'll put out a mini hosta. It'll be a baby hosta. These red zinnias are my absolute favorite. They were beautiful. The fertilization that made them do so well. Oh, my Roman tomato plants. I love them. This was a strawberry bed. It just didn't happen to do so great. My bell peppers plants. I ended up having a storm come through and split it in half and really majorly cut me back on those. But gardening simply is wins and losses. And really, honestly, if you're enjoying what you're doing, it's all worth it in the end. I look back at these pictures and it's breathtakingly beautiful. God's creation is breathtakingly beautiful. It was a blessing to be able to have this garden. Those watermelons you just saw, oh my goodness, me and the kids and my husband, we enjoyed them so much, but we never produced a ripe watermelon. Not sure what's about that. As I'm editing this, we're in the middle of September, and this was in like the end of June, beginning of July, so it's been several months since I filmed all this. Most of these plants have died. So as I look back on them, I just miss them, honestly. I even miss the work, to be quite frank with you. Working towards something.